there a type of weapon combat tech won't make?
Collective ruling body, the Council of Governors.
Claim your personal treatment products.
When you're ready, the Hotel Boulevard.
Seamlessly alter your physical makeup. It's time to see yourself.
Stay out of trouble.
Benjamin Bayou's Tower. It's big, all right. Not sure. The Astro Lounge spared no expense with their marketing. Folks in Neon have a rough time. They need to balance a potentially healthy trade with the interests of those who want to cross a line for incredible profit. Difficult to say the least.
Hello.
What? I'm working here?
I don't know, but I gotta get out of here. It's been nonstop conversation.
Something for you.
Don't make my job.
Your safety is almost guaranteed.
Ordered an increase in attack by the target.
If the gangs can keep on killing each other, I just might help with them.
You might want this.
This report isn't bad, but you're going to need more supporting evidence. Imogene's a stickler for details.
Well, look who survived their first assignment. How'd it go? Anything to report?
It's anxiety-inducing.
I know what you mean, but that's your missing piece, right?
I heard you made quite the scene in the trade tower. Something I explicitly told you we wanted to avoid. If you recall, setbacks mean a lot of things for a lot of people. Payoffs, cover stories, cleanup crews. You get my drift. The cleaner your work, the more intact your payments stay. I'm sure you understand. Lucky for you, there'll be no docks in pay today. Just try to be more careful in the future. Exactly. In the meantime, I'll make sure that Slate is properly disposed of. So, now that we know you're capable of handling some light cyber mischief, let's try your hand at a little framing. and I'd argue that arts and crafts is exactly what we do here, just on a much higher level. One of our subsidiaries, Arboron, is currently competing for a contract against Laredo. Now, the buyer likes to keep their associations clean, and will be sending a representative to Laredo in Aquila City for an evaluation. We just need you to visit their office first and accidentally leave behind some incriminating evidence against their company. Oh, the best part is we don't even have to fabricate this information. We're just exposing what Laredo would rather keep hidden. Here's the slate we need you to plant. It holds confidential files that'll cast the perfect negative light on our friends at Laredo. Now, get going.
As technicians, we handle prep and post-op work, beginnings and ends.
Thing for you?
Equipment and accessories for all your activity.
Scrapes and dislocated limbs.
If this ship
Fine.
doesn't...
Live your best life. We'll be here when
Just a few credits. Our certified technicians will quickly...
Keep it moving.
At the Galactic Banking Resource.
You don't need to wear your helmet in here.
Chaos. That's Neon in a nutshell. Sometimes delightful, sometimes bewildering, sometimes stressful. Something for you. Hey, you might want this.
Cool spacesuit.
I heard Mr. Wright's gonna be looking for an apprentice.
For you.
Aquila is one of the oldest cities in the settled systems.
So we had to clean up the graffiti on the range again. Why don't we just close it down? It's not like it gets much use.
I need someplace to put the prototypes through. Paces. It stays.
But you know stretch trash will come back and Lord knows worse.
Let them. Unpainted bottles and graffiti the least we owe them.
If you need help,
Yeah.
Miss Lance is just downstairs.
Open. The suspense is killing me.
Might want to steer clear of the strut.
Hey, you might want this. Have something for you.
I warned people that Tomo was unstable.
I was hoping you'd show up soon. Is it done? Don't get too comfortable. Those who do usually don't last long in this field. Now, I think it's time to examine a different set of skills.
April.
Nice to see I haven't worn you out yet. Your next assignment is to find the security chief and use some creative thinking to obtain their security keycard. And when I say creative, I don't mean with a weapon. Either look the part and be persuasive, or be quick with your hands. Good luck. I'm sure you'll be able to get that keycard without incident. Just remember, if anything does happen, It's up to you to bail yourself out.
Hey, you might want this.
Newell's Guns. We have everything you. Welcome Off-Worlder to the Hotel Bullseye.
Ever run into spacers?
Have something for you. Hey, you might want this.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. And we're done. Enjoy Gagarin.
Everything checks out. Landing initiated. Have something for you.
Captain, greetings.
Mech construction is a dead industry, Chief Pretorius. Those jobs aren't coming back. But Reliant Medical, Archmite, and Satori Mills are dedicated to Gagarin. We were just hoping Gagarin could show the same dedication in return.
I'm not closing off the city every time you want to run a tour group through here.
Our investor visits are the key to making Gagarin a place that works again. A place where people want to live again.
People are living here just fine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have security work to get back to.
That's Aneda up at the Vanguard office. She's pretty good. Nearly convinced me to hand out recruitment materials for her. While I was on shift, too.
Do you have a ship?
Someone painted some choice words on the front.
Chronicles of the Mech Riders. It's a good title. You'd read it, right? Oh, and that's just the beginning. Action, adventure, heartbreak, humanity at its absolute most raw. Ever since I left the military, I've been thinking about writing chronicles. Interviewing other mech pilots about what it was like to experience the war strapped in, and what it's been like for us ex-pilots since mechs were banned.
Just take my cred stick already.
Well, in the bold future where the book's done and I don't have to track packages for a living anymore, I'll happily sign your copy. Now, what can I do for you? Sailing across the settled systems, hunting down all these other pilots, it's not going to be cheap. That's why I'm living in scenic Gagarin and not, say, downtown New Atlantis. Every spare credit goes right into the book fund. Of course, I don't exactly mind living in the same town where my mech was built either. But once I've got enough, I'm gone. The armistice that ended the colony war put plenty of new laws into place, but the two big ones were no more xeno-weapons and no more mechs. You'll get into trouble for even having mech components on your ship on more settled worlds. So those of us that made our living piloting them were left without a purpose. Which is how I went from driving a 1,500 horsepower battle frame to working in a shipping warehouse. So long.
Looking for a drink? Don't serve anything fancy, so if you're about to ask for wine spritz or whatever, you can hop right back on your ship to New Atlantis. Feel free to see yourself out, Spritz.
End of the colony war hit Gagarin hard. City's just finally getting back on its feet.
What, a few more years of toil, and I'll have... Roger that.
You lost? You sure you belong here? I got my eye on you. No loitering. Now move it.
Sure, humans went to space, but nobody thought of inventing locked pockets.
Apparently the corporate execs are talking about...
Hey, you might want this. Yes? Mm-hmm. Have something for you.
Hey there. Got that key card for me? I think of security the same way too, but don't let Dalton know I said that. Overall, not bad for a novice. I think you're ready to kick things up a notch, and your timing couldn't be better.
We'll soon find out, won't we? This next assignment requires a bit more discretion for two reasons. First, you'll be dealing with high-level executives, and second, you'll be in the Astra Lounge here in Neon.
So, I can't jump on stage and sing my heart out to ancient Earth music? Bummer. Okay. Okay. I'll be on my best behavior. See? Serious mode activated.
If you haven't already heard the name Benjamin Bayou, you'd better get familiar. The man runs Neon and has ties to anything significant here, including Ryujin. The trade tower is his baby, and the Astro Lounge is the heart and soul. You do anything to scar that and make a scene, I guarantee it'll come back to haunt us. I was hoping you'd feel that way. We much prefer the light touch of conversation to the heavy-handedness of threats when we can. Our techs failed to uncover a potential deal between Infinity Ltd. And Quantum Synergies. Your job is to make sure that deal fails. It's already been taken care of. All you need to worry about is the job at hand. You'll be speaking with Quantum Synergy's Executive Director Zola Adisa and their Financial Manager Arthur Cruz. I'll be giving you a dossier on both. I strongly suggest you read them for talking points. We're looking for optimal results, which won't be achieved by luck alone. Our team has crafted these dossiers based on psychological profiles, observation, and past history. Neglecting them would be highly irresponsible. The Infinity Ltd. rep is Nina Hart. I'll also be giving you an altered version of her presentation to swap out with the original. We've changed several figures, just enough to cause sufficient confusion throughout their meeting. We got lucky on that one. Nina was making some last-minute changes to it at her own home and happened to save it to her personal data storage. Of course, we were able to access it, so we fabricated our own with new figures and put it on an Infinity Ltd. slate. Assuming she's using an Infinity Ltd. slate is a bit of a gamble. One we're willing to take. Whenever executives are faced with numbers that don't properly match up, any faith they may have had will falter. Finally, I recommend dressing appropriately, so I've taken the liberty of having a suit made for you. We need absolute discretion on this one. I don't want any SSNN broadcasts about murder in the Astral Lounge. Got it? I bet you are. Just remember to keep a low profile. Don't let the Astral Lounge distract you too much.